Hi everyone, this is Ricky with Bromero Cards, and this video is featuring the brand new card making starter kit by Sweet Stamp Shop. Make sure you head over to their website and sign up for their newsletter to get the latest on releases. Today's card is going to be a pretty simple card using most of the items in this card kit. The first thing we're going to do is just use a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of paper. And then what we're going to do is use all the shapes that came along with the stamp set, which is these circles, the hearts, and the stars. And I'm basically going to put this on the acrylic block that came along with the card kit in an order that you would like. And then what we're going to do is do some background stamping with it. The first color we're going to use is the Pear Tart. So you're just going to ink up all these stamps, and then you're going to press it down anywhere that you want on the cardstock. I kind of did a triangle shape with these, so I'm going to ink that up, put it to the very right, and then again I'll ink that up, and then I'll stamp it at the very left hand bottom corner. So it kind of does like a triangle look, or things look better in like threes. So that's how I did this, and that's why I did it. You could do it any way you want to. The next color we're going to use is Desert Sand, and I'm doing the exact same thing, except for I'm stamping it in places where there is white. So basically it's going to be the complete opposite of the green. Now the Desert Sand doesn't look as complete as the green, and that's fine. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the ink to actually spread into the paper. No problem with that. Also, this is a handmade card. It doesn't have to be perfect, so you go with the flow. If you feel like you want to add, stamp it down again to make it look fuller, you could do that with the acrylic block. So after that, we're going to use the Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going to only use the smallest dot, and I'm just going to place black dots all along this card base. I just felt it needed a little bit more, and also we'll be using a black cardstock later on in the video, and this will help tie that in. So you would put a black dot anywhere that you feel one's missing or that needs to be added. And then here you're going to see me put this on. Actually, I'm going to cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4 to make it a little bit smaller than a regular card, so that we could put a black cardstock behind it as the base. And you're gonna see me do this. There it is. I did not cut that out. That's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Now what we're gonna do is put a sentiment on this, and I'm gonna use some embossing powder by Brutus Monroe. I put the embossing pad on there so that the embossing powder doesn't stick to the cardstock. And we're gonna use Life is Magical, and I'm gonna ink this up with Versamark ink. This is a clear sticky ink that is used so that you can heat emboss onto cardstock, and for the powder to actually stick to. So I got that stamped down, and that strip is about 3/4 of an inch. I'm using Brutus Monroe Alabaster white embossing powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this heat set. It only takes a few seconds to do this. It's pretty small. Then we're going to stamp out this little guy in the hat, and we're going to just put that on a piece of white cardstock, and we're going to use the Tuxedo Black ink to do that. So we're just going to ink him up and then stamp him down on the paper. I decided to not color this guy because I wanted the background of the card to be like the eye catcher, so he's just going to stay white here. I'm actually going to go ahead and fussy cut this out up into the line, and I decided not to keep the little stars that are around him. I didn't really need it, and I didn't really want to take the time to fussy cut around those as well. So here I'm just going to try to set things up a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do is going to snip the sides here, and I'm going to make a banner. I guess it's called a fishtail banner. So you just cut the center, and then you cut the sides just like I did there. Doesn't always have to be perfect. This one isn't perfect. Actually, one side is lower than the other, but that's fine. It's okay. So now that we have that done, we're going to go ahead and glue the first part down to the black cardstock. I always use liquid glue for this, because I need to be able to reposition it if I need to, because I'm horrible at putting it down and it not being even. So we're going to get some dimension here through Stampin' Up. These are called Stampin' Dimensionals. These are pretty great. I like these. I have a bunch of them. I need to use them, so I went ahead and use these guys. You could use regular 3M foam tape. You could do fun foam if you want. Anything to give some dimension here. I'm going to go ahead and place the sentiment down on the card, but I don't press it down because I want to make sure it's straight. Doing a little surgery here on the foam so it doesn't show up after I sit him down there. And then here I noticed it was crooked, so I went ahead and pulled that off, and then I repositioned this as well. We're going to use the liquid glue here to go ahead and put this down on the card base. That card base is 110 pound Neenah cardstock. And we just need to weigh that down a little bit. So I actually take the stamp set and the acrylic block and put that up on there. And the card is going to be complete. Make sure you head over to Sweet Stamp Shop and check out the card making kit, the memory making kit, and the planner kit. Also be sure to follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for watching. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.